I'm Kylie from Voodoo Rabbit. I'm back again. Today I'm joined with Marge, who's one of the shop ladies here.
Hello.
Hello. So if you come into the shop, you've probably met Marge. We just wanted to take an opportunity to talk about cork fabric because we haven't had it in a while and we've just received a small shipment in from Portugal. So I know some people have used it and other people haven't. So we're just going to go through it all. So we got in 11 colours. Unfortunately, we are under a yellow light here, so it's probably not going to show up as nice as it could, but we've got a black surface, a natural black, and I'm not sure if you can see it with the metallic rainbow fleck through it. This is a chocolate brown. This is a navy blue. It's very dark. It's almost as dark as the black. This is a teal. It's kind of like a bluey green.
Yeah.
This is a denim blue. This is a wine red. This is the surface pearlized pink. And it's got a little bit of a gold metallic fleck, but because of the finish, it looks almost rose gold. So it goes nicely with rose gold hardware. This is the surface uncolored. This is the natural with the metallic rainbow fleck through it. And this is just the plain natural cork.
So what's the difference between the natural cork and the surface cork?
I'm glad you asked, Marge. I will tell. Okay, so like it's like laminated flooring where they laminate pieces of wood onto like a plywood backing, so you get the look of a wooden floor, but it's much cheaper. So what they do is this has long, thin pieces of cork on it. So this is the natural. And then they are kind of like squished together under a lot of pressure, and then they carve off thin layers and then they laminate it onto this kind of poly cotton backing. So it looks like a canvas on the back, but then on the front you get this. So the natural has these really thin small pieces, and that's what this one, the black, is a natural as well. You can see the stripes. So that makes it a cheaper product because of the smaller pieces. I'll show it on the uncolored. This is the surface. You can see they've used much larger pieces of cork. So much like your wooden flooring, it's more expensive the bigger the pieces they use. So you can see one is stripy and one is this bigger thing. Okay. And you mentioned before, this one feels just like this feels like suede.
The ones without colour have a much more like even a dough skin almost, isn't it?
Even this one does. But as soon as they put the colour on, it does feel a little bit rougher. Must be just
a little bit harder, I think, isn't it?
It's just the colouring process.
Yeah.
But they still all are very, very supple to use. I mean, you can see it's a nice product.
Yeah, they're very flexible, aren't they?
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly tell you the difference between this, and you've probably seen there are these cheaper corks. Can you see that that's almost see-through? Yeah. Maybe not, but I can see through that if I hold it up to the light.
Maybe if we hold it the other way, that way, is that?
But anyway, it's really, really thin. It's maybe 0.1 of a mil thin.
Yeah.
So that would be fine for craft projects or for applique where you don't want a lot of bulk.
Yeah.
This cork here is about 0.8 of a mil, and it's not see-through. There's no see-through at all on this stuff. So that's just the difference between, your craft cork, which you can get quite cheap, and this stuff which is from Portugal. This is an upholstery weight cork, which is why we're recommending it for bag making. We don't sell this one by the metre, we sell it by the fat quarter. So that is a fat quarter. It is 70 centimetres by 50 centimetres. So 1 unit is that, and then 2 units is double that. Just to give you an idea, that's half a metre. So you've got 50 centimetres by 140. If you order 3, you get one of these and a quarter. If you order 4, you get a full metre by 140. And because of Australia Post size restrictions, that is the largest piece we can send uncut through the post, which is annoying, but it is unfortunately what we have to deal with. So
the colours are actually very, very rich.
Yeah,
aren't they?
it's very hard to film.
And the black is really black.
Yes, it's very, very black, and the navy is very, very navy. So I'm going to just show you a few projects that I've made with these, and we'll discuss how we sew them and stuff like that. All of these have been done on a domestic machine. So you did your first project
on a domestic machine, and I used a Tex 45
thread
on that yours one. But I also did some machine embroidery, and I had absolutely no issues with it at all.
Did you use a poly embroidery thread or a rayon?
I used rayon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
it is a beautiful product to embroider on. I've done some. This is actually hand embroidered because I wanted to see how that was, and that was a dream too. So easy. So you can hand embroider it. You can machine embroider it. I personally use a universal 90 needle. 80 if I can't find my 90s, and I'm just using Razant thread, but I have done some top stitching with some top stitching thread, but anyway, that's just a little 150mm snap purse from You Sew Girl. So that's a quick little easy project, doesn't use much cork, you can get a lot out of that. This is a very popular bag pattern. This is the zippy bag from Sally Tomato. I think this was made with about an 1/8 of a quarter, a fat eighth. Seriously, fat eighth. So you could get 2 of these out of a quarter of cork. So that's a nice one. I've taken that out and about a few times because it's a nice little bag for travel. What else we got here? So this is the classic clutch. So you don't need a lot of cork. Like you can just use it for highlights.
Yeah. So if you wanted to make something bigger and you're left with scraps, it's perfect as a little scrap buster. You know?
Because you don't need a lot to make an impact. I mean, look at the size of the piece of cork on that. That is the smallest piece of cork, and we've just made it as the base of this cute little dice bag, which is, it's all fabric except for that one feature part of the cork. I made a little set. This set was made out of, I'm pretty sure it was just a quarter. So this here, this is the necessary clutch wallet. You can get 2 of these out of a quarter of cork. So obviously I've used an 1/8 to make that. And then I've used the rest of it on the Gabby bag here just for the feature. This strap has been folded over 4 times. So that's quite thick, which is why I couldn't machine this on my domestic, but an industrial would have no trouble at all.
Wouldn't have any trouble.
So I've just used rivets to hold all the pieces together. In that case, and the same here, I've riveted that because it's going through 8 layers of cork plus a layer of soft and stable. So my machine was not going to have a bar of that. This is the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Auntie's 2 pattern. It's just a little woven basket. Actually, I think it's called woven basket. I spray adhered 2 pieces together. You can see it's a raw edge finish because you don't have to finish the raw edge of cork, though you can do it with, what is it, edge coat. Have you tried it yet?
No, I've only done it on vinyl.
Okay,
so
that's your next project, along with sewing and using it on. You're going to test the cork on your industrial machine. So that's spray adhered together, and then you literally sew in pieces together, cut it out, and weave it. I also just wanted to talk about the fusing interfacing to cork. I mean, some people do it. Some patterns actually tell you to do it. As a general rule, I don't recommend it. And the reason is, cork is a laminated product. It is glued together. As soon as you apply heat to that glue, you are weakening the glue. And because of when you weaken it, if you don't let it cool completely once you've finished fusing your interfacing, if you start trying to fold it or even just moving it, you're going to weaken that bond. And then when you hear of people who've had cork that's cracked when they've folded it, that is possibly the reason why, because it had come away, and it's just a laminated product. It's just, you can't do it. So that's just that information. And then this is the Shades of Everyday tote from Andrew Designs. Shades of Yesterday. Anyway, it's just got a pieced front. So you can have a nice feature on the front, and then it makes a nice just backing and that
The two-tone strap on it looks really cool too,
Yes,
doesn't
and
it?
that is a great way of saving cork, because instead of doing a 4-fold strap, that's a 2-fold strap, and she's just hidden the join with the fabric from the front, so it gives you this awesome little effect. Has the added bonus that your strap isn't too bulky. You can still sew through it.
And you can still get it through a normal
though
slider.
I think our new sliders are a little bit wider than that too, so that helps. I also wanted to mention that this is a completely, what's it called? Cork leather.
Cork leather, yes.
And vegan leather. The reason, so it has a PETA seal of approval, so non-animal cruelty. So if it's something you're passionate about or something you're looking for, all the dyes are natural. So they're natural dyes. It's got no animal products in it. It's a renewable resource. So because the cork tree doesn't get killed, they harvest the cork, and then the tree continues to grow.
Yes.
Yeah, they harvest it every 9 years, so it's a fully sustainable product. And it's beautiful to sew with.
It is. It's really lovely. It's like
a thinner leather.
Yes.
Not a thick leather that you can't get through. And
it
doesn't stick to your machine like leathers.
It's very pliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just goes through your machine beautifully. So I'll show 2 more samples and then we best go. So once again, this is just using it in another little purse. It's just through the outside. As you can see, you don't have to leave it raw. It does fold in quite nicely. It just gives a little bit of extra something to the outside of your purse. And yeah, just to reiterate, you don't need a lot. Like, this is just a bag. I've used it here. I've done that strap where I've got fabric on one side, the cork on the other. It's just that little bit of extra something.
Yes.
So a little bit can go a long way.
It's just a bit of pop, isn't it?
It's a bit of pop, yeah. So I think that's everything. So that was everything we have at the moment. We may stock it again in the future. I'm just judging how much interest there is. We did this one as a bit of a pre-order. We had some people who were interested, so we got it in for that. And so we'll just keep seeing how we go. I think that's everything.
I think so.
Yeah, we've covered it all. Any questions, just send us an email and we'll let you know. Thank you. Bye.